Hello, this is video 7 from Math0302 Beginning Algebra, Chapter 5, Section 2. In this video we're going to just add and subtract polynomials. So we have 3a squared minus 4ab plus 7b squared plus a negative 8a squared plus 3ab minus minus b squared. So, what's the operation between the two? It's addition. Because it's addition, I effectively just drop the parentheses and keep all signs the same. Okay, so this is going to give me 3a squared minus 4ab plus 7b squared. And then here we keep the sign of negative 8a squared plus 3ab minus b squared. And then combine like terms. 3a squared minus 8a squared is negative 5a squared. Then we have negative 4ab plus 3ab. Negative 4 plus 3 is negative 1, so that's just negative AB. Now notice I don't write the negative 1. It's just the negative AB. Writing a 1 in front, while not incorrect, it's still wrong in the sense that you shouldn't write a 1 in front. Then we have 7b squared minus b squared. 7 minus 1 is 6. So positive 6, so it's 6b squared. So, the answer here is negative 5a squared minus ab plus 6b squared. By the way, what's the degree of this polynomial? Well, what's the degree of the first term? It's 2. About the second term? It's 2 as well because it's 1 plus 1. What's the third term? It's 2. Every term in here is 2, so its degree is 2. There you go. And it's a trinomial because there are 3 terms. Now we're going to do 5x squared y squared minus 6xy minus 4xy squared minus 2x squared y squared plus 4xy minus 5 plus 6y squared. What's the operation between these? Subtraction. So what that means is that every term in the second set of parentheses here must change its sign. Okay, and then we're going to drop the parentheses. So we have 5x squared y squared minus 6xy minus 4xy squared minus 2x squared y squared minus 4xy plus 5 minus 6y squared. Notice if you were writing this down, you might have been tempted to write down plus 4xy minus 5 plus 6y squared. Remember, when you distribute this minus sign, all terms within the parentheses must change the sign. Then we just combine like terms. Starting with the 5x squared y squared. 6xy is not a like term, sorry. Negative 4xy squared is not a like term. Minus 2x squared y squared, that is a like term. There are no others, so we have 5 minus 2 gives us 3. Keep the labels as x squared y squared. Then we look at the next one. Minus 6xy. The other like term with that is minus 4xy. Negative 6 minus 4 is negative 10xy. Then we look at the next term. Negative 4xy squared. There are no other terms that have xy squareds on them, so it just becomes negative 4xy squared. Now we look at the next term that we haven't used, which is 5. I don't see any other constant terms, so just plus 5. And then the last term we haven't used is negative 6y squared. And there you go. Now, what's the degree of this? Well, what's the degree of the first term? It's degree 4. What's the degree of the second term? Degree 2. The degree of the third term? Degree 3. The degree of the fourth term? It's a constant term, so it's a 0. And the degree of the fifth term? It's degree 2. What's the highest degree you see? 4. So this is a degree 4. How many terms do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is probably called like a pentanomial or something like that. Okay, now let's talk about how we write down polynomials. This is technically correct, but sometimes we don't like to see it like this. We try to write these in descending order. So what I would probably do is I would switch the order of this negative 4xy squared here with probably this negative 10xy. You don't have to do this, but it is strongly recommended to write this as 3x squared y squared minus 4xy squared minus 10xy minus 6y squared plus 5. Notice this is degree 4, degree 3, degree 2, degree 2, degree 0. So it went from highest degree to lowest degree. This is what's called descending order. Alrighty, that is all we have for this section. I will leave it here, and I will see you in the first video for section 3.